here know what's happening. I'm going to share my screen. Also, I'm going to mute all of you. No offense. If you have things to say, unmute yourself and or type in the chat, but it echoes otherwise. Okay, so first thing, hold on, let me get my life organized. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about is just like our weekly schedule, things that you guys should be like aware of, things that we do every week, and like what the priorities are. So whoa. There are a lot of things that are going to be happening, but I'm going to tell you what, like, these are things that are non-negotiable that you should probably never miss, or if you can help it. And then other things that, like, if you can make it, definitely check it out, you know? So on Sundays at 9 p.m., which you guys know is the Redemption Dynasty call. So that is our team call. So that is me talking, or I'm going to bring people in that are specific to help you guys. That is a non-negotiable. You should be on that call every Sunday if you can. If something comes up, like, that's life. And I totally get that. Like, there are times like that things come up in my life and I have to have somebody else on the call or reschedule, but it should be a priority. It should not be something that you're missing every single week. That's the one time in your whole week that I ask that you show up, that I can train you guys. And I can bring to the table things that you guys are looking for. So Sundays at 9 p.m. All of us, I think, Lacey included, we're all on the East Coast, but there are people on the West Coast, which is why we do it so late, because it's 6 p.m. their time. That's 9 p.m. our time, but it's only 6 p.m. their time, and it's still that, even then it's like dinner time. So we do it so late, just so you know, because I want to accommodate to the people on the other side of the states so that they can also make it. Another not non-negotiable, because a lot of people are working during this time, but non-negotiable, as you should always check into it, is the National Wake Up Call. So this is in the Beachbody Champions page. If you are not in it, type in Beachbody Champions into Facebook and you can request it into the group. This is the training from corporate. They bring in top coaches. They talk about different things every week. It's they do announcements, anything about like new programs or like anything, all the new things, all the new deals, all the things like National Wake Up Call. They also have a podcast, so like you can listen to the podcast if you can't listen to it live, and it's a Facebook Live, so you can always go back and watch it. But those are my two that I'm gonna say, like, try to watch those every single week. Everything else that I'm gonna say will be beneficial. But I get that you can't sit on meetings all day. So like, know that like pick and choose maybe the ones you can be on. I will always share Desire Empire calls into our team page. So Desire Empire is my coach, Kate, and her calls are at 9 p.m. on Mondays. Every Monday I will like share it, or I will tell you, you guys are in the Desire Empire page. You can see her posting those things. So if you can make those. If you can't, they're recorded and posted. She typically will write what her topic is, and you can kind of decide based on that if you can make, like, if it's a priority and where you're at in your business. Kate is an amazing leader. Kate is a top 10. No, we just dropped to 12, but still, out of 450,000 coaches, Kate is 12 in the network. So she is an amazing leader. And so if you can get on there and listen to her, definitely do. If you can't, it's not the end of the world. Tuesdays is Elevate. And again, I do not share Elevate team calls. It is Ashley. She is Kate's coach. And I only share Elevate calls if I think it's something that are super beneficial to you guys. I don't put you in that page. It's just too overwhelming. It's just too much information. But if I share it, know that it's because I think it's going to be beneficial to you. And Ashley is number 9 in the network. So again, top leaders, top trainings. Type of deal. So if you can make it, awesome. If you can't, again, no big deal. Wednesday's Wildcard Wednesday. You will see me or somebody within the team, also maybe even you guys, going live on Wednesdays within the team page. They're going to be like 15-minute quick training. So like this Wednesday, Rosemary will be going live. And she's going to be talking about how, as a brand new coach, she has hit Success Club 10, what she's done, and how that has worked for her. So know that also I might ask you to go live, and you might give me the response that Rosemary gave me, where she was like, I don't think I could do this. But if I ask you to go live, it's because I see a leadership quality in you that I think the rest of the team can benefit from. So know that that's a thing. Wednesdays, I typically say check your back office. We're going to look at that later. But I normally check my back office every day, but definitely Wednesdays, because on Thursdays we get paid. So as you guys get rank advancements, as you start building a team, as you start whatever, Wednesdays are a good time to check in and make sure like you're holding rank, make sure that everything is in line, and then you'll get whatever it is. Rank advancements and paydays are Thursdays. Thursday night, I do a Success Club mastermind. So only people that are in Success Club, I do this with. So if you don't hit Success Club, you don't get to do this. And so it's a motivation to hit Success Club. A reminder that Success Club 6 it's 5. I don't know why it's 5, but we're going to say 6 because it goes in increments of 2, is the goal each month. In Success Club 5, to hit Success Club 5, you change 3 lives within a month. So it's totally doable. And that's what the goal we should reach for, all of us, every month. And so that'll be a very intimate time of like answering your questions, helping you rank advance, talking about what's going well in your business, what's not going well in your business. If you need me, you know I'm always here, but I have this time scheduled out for leaders in the team. So you want to be getting on those calls. Any questions about any of those things? Those are just kind of like things that are happening in our life. I'm going to open up the chat. That way if you guys, oops, I just pushed the wrong button. That way if you guys need me, I can read it. I don't know what I pushed. Okay, we're going to dive into some like mindset things that I think is going to help you be successful within this business. So belief plus expectancy plus a purposeful why is what's going to make you successful. And so I'm going to break this down a little bit, but what I mean by this is that belief in yourself / expecting success. When those two things come together with a purposeful why, that's when you're going to be successful. And so belief in yourself, believing that you are capable, believing that you can do this, and not just being like, ooh, I'm so nervous, I think I can, like actually believing that you can, it's going to lead to this expectancy where you're going to expect that it's going to happen. If you believe in yourself enough, you're going to expect that it's going to happen. And then that purposeful why, and some of us have talked about this already, and we'll talk deeper into this in a little bit, is a why that's really going to make you emotional or make you show up when like you don't want to. This why, so I'm going to give you an example for me. My why changes, but so for a hot minute it was I wanted to quit my job, and I still kind of am on that borderline of kind of wanting to quit my job, but that goes back and forth. But I also want to have the freedom to go home whenever I can. A couple months ago, one of my brothers was a hot mess, and I got a call that like made me literally fall to my knees and scare the crap out of me. And I remember bawling in my office saying, I just want to go home, and so scared that my boss wouldn't let me go home. And I never want to be in that situation, like ever. I never want to be in a situation where my brother's in the hospital and I'm crying and asking permission to go home. And like, so when I don't want to do whatever task it is, when I don't want to invite, when I don't want to whatever, I'll be like, well, what if so-and-so is hospitalized? Or what about this? Or what about my family? Or and that gets me going, right? And so your why needs to be so strong that like when you don't want to show up, you're going to. I'm going to dive into all this. We're going to break this down. Start before you are ready. And, okay, in order for you to have belief, you need to do something. You need to start doing things to build your confidence, to build your belief. When you show up when you don't know that you can be successful is how you build confidence. Like confidence isn't something that you're born with. Confidence isn't something that you just like wake up one day and you feel confident. You have to do the things before you are ready. So I've talked about this a bajillion times, probably with all of you, especially in this business. You are never going to feel ready to do whatever it is, whether that's like starting a new job or something. You're never going to feel like you know everything. And if you sit back and wait until you know every answer to every question, to every potential thing that you might run into, you will never start. And so you need to start immediately. And so this is what I'm going to say is take action. We're going to look at the checklist, take action immediately and learn from your actions, because this isn't a business that you're gonna like you have amazing trainings, you're gonna have a bajillion trainings, you're gonna get taught a whole lot of things, but if you wait to suck in everything, you're never gonna learn, because you have to find your path and what works best for you. So you have to start before you're ready. And so it builds that confidence and kind of a muscle memory. So when you're starting before you feel ready, when you feel like you're having a hard time and you fall off, you're going to have that muscle memory of kind of how to get yourself back on track, and you're going to feel more confident, and you're going to feel like you can do it, and you're going to push yourself, and you're going to have that belief in yourself. So I want you guys to think about, what can you do right now, like to start right now before you're ready. So like, maybe you're not done with the trainings, or maybe there's more, like maybe it's your coming out post that announces that you're a coach. Maybe it's sending a couple invites. Maybe it's talking on your Instagram story. Maybe it's, like there's different things that you probably all are like, ooh, I probably need to do this thing, but you're scared about. I'm going to just challenge you to kind of start and just do it, and then like learn from that. And we're going to talk more about that in a minute. But start before you are ready, because that's when you're going to see the growth. That's when you're going to build the confidence, and that's when you're going to build that belief in yourself, which is going to lead to that expectancy of expecting that you're going to be successful. The next thing is developing that purposeful why. And so I just talked about my why, and I know some of your whys, but something that I want you to know is that when you're developing a purposeful why and a clear why, it needs to be something that's like deep. And so a lot of times when I ask you why you want to do this, you're going to say, I want to help people. Maybe you're going to say, I want to pay off some debt, or I want to make money. And it's going to be this surface level thing where you're like, oh, these are things that I've seen, but like, you don't really believe it. It's not really like at your core. And so something that somebody I know does that I really think is a really good exercise is asking yourself why to your why a couple times. So like, for example, if you said, I want to quit my job, and then I said, well, why do you want to quit your job? And then you're going to say, because I want to stay at home with my kids. And I would say, well, why do you want to stay at home with your kids? And then you're going to be like, well, because I've missed this, this, and this in his life. And then this is, like dig into that why until you're at a point where you're like, ooh, that makes, like, that's emotional. Like that pulls at my heartstring. That makes a knot in my stomach. It makes me really want to show up. And so like when I started, I was like, well, I don't know. I just want some friends. Like that's literally what I was saying. Like, I was like, I don't know why I'm here. When I started, I barely believed in the business, and I just wanted friends. Like, and so my why wasn't really strong. And so I lost it real freaking quick. Like I went into this slump in my business where I was doing all of the things, but I didn't know why I was doing them. And I was talking to my coach, and I literally looked at her and I was like, Kate, I don't know why I'm doing any of these things. Like I send all the invites, and I show up on Instagram, and I do my workouts, and whatever. I was like, but my nutrition sucks, and I can't, like, why should I even coach somebody if I can't stay on my nutrition? Like, why am I even showing up? And she was like, T, you didn't do this for a six-pack. You didn't do this for physical results. Like, this is not why you were in this. And I was like, well, I don't even know why I'm here. And I had no idea. And she had to sit me down, and she had to be like, you were looking for a community. You were looking for a way to prove that you could do things on your own without a boy on your hip, because I was so dependent on men in my life. And she was like, this is the human you're talking to, not somebody who wants a six-pack, not somebody that whatever. And so if you develop a purposeful why, I really want you to post it somewhere that you're going to see it all the time, or you're going to forget about it, and then you're going to lose track of everything you're doing. And when life gets hard, you're not going to want to keep showing up, or you're going to be doing the things without a why, and then it doesn't matter. If you, like, you can do all the things, and like, if you don't know why you are doing them, it does not matter. Like, and that's how it is in anything in life. Like, I could serve people well, but if I'm doing it selfishly, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's where your heart is and why you're doing something. So know why you're showing up every single day. 3, fill your own cup. I absolutely love this. This is the step that I think gets skipped all of the time. This business, or any business, is not super, like, it's not like you're going to show up one day and everything's going to fall into place, right? Like, you're going to run into some hard times. Things are going to get tough, or maybe you're doing all the things and you're not seeing the results. This step is going to keep you in it. Filling your own cup is so important. You need to be your biggest cheerleader always. Sorry, I keep looking at my notes, just so you know. You need to be your biggest cheerleader always, and you need to set yourself up for daily wins. And so what I mean by that is like on your to-do list or on your goals. So every day, maybe you sit down and you write your to-do list and like some goals for the day. This is what I want to do. Don't write things that are not controllable. So what I hear a lot of people say is like, I want to hit Success Club whatever, and I want to rank advance, and I want to whatever. And those are great goals, like mindset. Like, yes, we want to hit Success Club, or we want Emerald, or I want to make this much money. But like at the end of the day, like you can't make somebody sign up with you, right? Like you can't, and I don't want to spend my day trying to make people sign up with me. I don't want to spend my day like dragging or pulling teeth. Like, so when I write down goals, I write things that I can control. So I've set myself up for a win. So things that I'll say is like, I want to talk on my story about my boot camp today. I want to, invite this many people. I want to check in with this many challengers. I want to business moving activities, but things that are setting myself up for wins. And this can also just be in life. Like you could also say like, I just want to clean my house. I just want to whatever. And at the end of the day, I literally want you to have like a journal where you write down 5 things that you did well today. Because I think so often, even when we do things that are well, we dim it by like other people's expectations, by what other people are doing or what we think we should have done instead. And then why would you continue to do things right or do things well if you never celebrate it when you do it? And so I need you guys to be celebrating those things and shining your light and getting excited, even if it's like I had a conversation with somebody and they were interested. Be excited because that's a huge deal, right? Like, or an example I hear all the time, I don't have children, but I know Lacey does, is I kept my child alive, or like I fed them today, or what, like those are big wins, like even if it's a little thing, like celebrate it because your mind and your body needs to be celebrated or you are not going to keep showing up. Why would you keep showing up to something that you keep beating yourself up over all the time? So make sure you're celebrating yourself every single day, filling your cup. And most of you said like things that your love language, a lot of you guys were like words of affirmation. So affirm yourself. Tell yourself what you are doing well and get excited about it. And like, this drives me insane. Mackenzie did this the other day. She was like, I just signed up this many people, or I just did whatever. And I was like, that's so annoying. Like, that is huge and that's amazing. Like, don't dim your light because you think I did better than you, or don't dim your light because you think you should have done this instead. Get excited every single day about a win that is happening every single day, because then you're going to want to keep showing up. You're going to want to keep doing the things. You're going to get excited. You're going to feel the passion and you're not going to burn out. But if you're constantly like, oh, I did this, but I know I should have done, or I did this, but I know I should be here, or I did this, but Katie did that. And so I just stop comparing yourself to that like imaginary person that you think you should be in the people around you, and just be excited for where you're at right now. Okay, I'm getting off my pedestal. Clear the doubt. I think that this is huge. So any coach always, including me, has doubt, right? And a lot of the doubt is going to be like, but T, what if I fail? What if I do this and what if I fail? And I know that Rihanna and I have had this conversation. I don't know if she can hear me because our world right now is a hot mess weather-wise. But Rihanna and I had this conversation, like, what if I fail? And I was like, okay, so what if you fail? What is the worst case scenario? So let's pretend it's like I want to ask this person to jump into this boot camp because I think it could serve them really well. But what if they tell me no? And I'm going to be like, okay, they tell you no. Then what? And 9 times out of 10, nothing happens, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're already in the worst case scenario. Like, they say no and you're in the same boat that you were in. Or they say yes and you get to build a relationship and you get to watch them grow and you get to help change their life, right? Like, and that is so much better than like that no. You're like, oh, like nothing happened. So like, I'm going to clear the doubt. If you're going to come to me and say like, what if I fail? You're probably going to fail at some point. Like, you're going to do something. It's not going to work. You're going to fail. That is life. Like, so is life. Failure is literally a path to, like, failure is in the pursuit of progress. If you want to make progress, you are going to fail. And if you don't fail and learn from your failures, you're never going to get anywhere further in life. So I'm going to clear that, like, what if I failed out? And I'm going to make that very certain that you're going to fail in some sort, in some way. You're going to fall on your feet. You're going to misstep. You're going to whatever. But learn from it. Get back up and do it again. Like, that's what life, like, that is literally all of life. And every failure, there's a lesson. And knowing that you're going to fail, for me personally, makes me feel a little bit, like, less cautious. When I'm like, what if I'm going to fail? I, like, tippy toe around things. And I'm like, well, I don't want to mess up. And I don't want to, like, get hurt, right? Like, and I get so nervous about everything over dumb things that, like, what if I fail? I want you to write out your worst case scenario. What if I fail? You're probably already in your worst case scenario. And then, like, pick yourself back up, learn from it, and do it better next time. And then, like, in that, fail forward and make progress, and you're going to get there eventually. Literally, the only difference between, like, successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people are getting back up and learning from their failures instead of just letting their failures knock them down. So be like, fail forward, and don't let your failures make you quit. Make them be why you keep pushing forward. And then understand the magnitude of the opportunity that you have in front of you. This literally blows my mind. So, like, what we do is literally amazing. And I say this all the time, but I think you guys think I just, like, have this script. But, like, I am in awe of the job that we have to be coaches. Like, one, your first and foremost job is to take care of your mental and physical health. I do not know one other job that is your first and foremost job. Like, as a teacher, that is not my first and foremost priority. Like, I'm so concerned about my children, and I love my children to death. So, like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but, like, filling my cup is not on my to-do list when I walk into that school building. And I'm like, and that's just, like, how it is in a lot of places, whether even, like, I know Katie's in college. Like, when you walk into a classroom, you're not worried about, like, if you feel good. Like, you're like, what can I do to make this professor happy? How can I get this grade, right? Like, you're serving others 97% of the time. But in this business, we are literally in a space where you can better your life and in that serve others. And that literally blows my mind. And not in a selfish way, not even in a way where, like, I'm more important than other people. But you could just show other people that they can do this too. And, like, Brianna and I were talking about this the other day, that, like, this business, this opportunity that we have is a solution to so many problems, right? Like, obesity, mental health, or, like, physical health, all of the things. Like, 9 times out of 10, when somebody has a problem, they're like, oh, exercise. Are you exercising? Oh, you want to, like, be more successful in your business? Well, are you working out every day? Because all the successful people are, right? Like, this helps you be more present. It helps you think clearer. It helps your mental health. And we also, like, do personal development. So, like, the magnitude, the mass that you can impact with this business, with this opportunity, by stepping into your role, while building your life and showing other people that they can too, is literally huge. So, like, understand the magnitude of, like, that side of it, but also understand the business side, what this could do for you in your life. Like, you are literally sitting on a 6-figure, 7-figure opportunity right now, and that's literally amazing. And your income is going to be directly related to, 1, the lives that you are changing, and 2, the work that you are putting in. So if you are showing up and you are doing the things and you are really 10xing everything, you are going to change lives, which in that and of itself is literally amazing and already gives me goosebumps. But also, you are going to make an income that can, like, impact your life substantially, right? Like, you could change your entire life with this business in so many different ways. It is literally amazing. So I just want you to understand, like, how big that this, like, when you think about whatever your biggest dream is, I guarantee you're not dreaming big enough. Like, when I started, my dream was to pay for my car bill because I had just gotten it. Well, I had not just gotten a car accident. I had to buy a new car because my car was going to blow up, literally. And so I had to go buy a new car, and, like, my dad fixes cars. So I've never bought a car that, like, my dad didn't have to fix. Like, he just normally solves that problem for me, but I live in Florida, so he's not helpful. And so I had to buy an actual car where I had, like, an actual car payment. And so when I first started, I was like, if I could just make $250. Well, it's like 210. If I could just make like $210 a month, I would be the happiest human in the world. Like, that's it. And honestly, like, I 10x that. Like, right now, I make enough money to pay my rent plus some of my utilities, and I'm not done yet, right? Like, I am seeing the actual, like, opportunity that this has in front of me. So I guarantee you, whatever goals that you're going to bring to me right now, you could probably dream 10 times bigger and still not be dreaming big enough. So, like, the opportunity you have is literally life-changing in so many ways. And I just, like, it just gives me goosebumps, and I just want you guys to, like, understand how big of an opportunity that this is as a whole. And then I love this. So strike while the iron is hot with what is lighting you up right now. So, like, something brought you here, and what it could be very different. So I could look at each of you and I can name those things, right? Like, I've seen, like, Katie light up in her health and fitness journey and the way that she's, like, felt about her confidence and things like that. So, fun fact, I've known Katie since she was like 2, so I know her whole life. But I've seen her in her confidence, in her leadership, in her ability to mentor her brother and things like that. And so, like, I look at her and, like, I'm like, she is on fire for the health and fitness. And, like, the business is going to be cool, but right now, what is getting her excited is the accountability and the health and fitness, and she needs to run with that. Don't try to, like, be like, well, Teresa's really excited about the business, or maybe next month I want to be excited about, like, whatever you are excited about, get excited about and, like, run with it, because you don't know what you're going to be excited about in 2 months. You don't know what's going to get you excited and get you passionate next month. But, like, right now, whatever is, like, pulling at your heartstrings, whatever is pushing you forward, like, go with that right now and stop worrying about next steps. I'm the human that's like, well, what's going to happen next? What am I doing tomorrow? What am I going to do after this? Like, not that who cares, but who cares? And strike with what you're passionate about and what you're purposeful and, like, feeling a desire, like that burn in your belly about right now. And then, like, worry about tomorrow when you get to tomorrow. So, like, if you're passionate about the health and fitness, share your little heart about the health and fitness, because that's what you're going to see results in. Think about what got you here, why you're here, and just, like, share it and get excited about that thing. Well, because I say this all the time, I cannot teach you passion. And I've looked at each one of you, and I know that you guys have passion in very different ways, and you need to run with that. Because I can't teach passion, and passion is what's going to be, like, why you're going to want to show up, right? Like, Ryan always says, like, this is her passion. Health and fitness is her passion. Mental health is her passion. Working with girls is her passion. I can't teach that. And that is why Rihanna is going to be successful. So, like, whatever is pulling at you right now, whatever is getting you excited, whatever is pushing you forward right now, run with that. Don't worry about what it's going to be tomorrow. Don't worry about how that's going to look in 2 months. Like, we'll deal with that when we get there. You don't know the human you're going to be when you get there, right? Like, but right now, you know what you're passionate about, you know what you're excited about, and run with it. Like, and know that it's unique to you. So don't look at other people, like, stay in your own lane. Like, my story is different from Lacey's. My story is different than Rihanna's and Katie's, right? Like, we all are in different spaces. And so stay in your own lane and know that, like, my calling's not yours. And so my people aren't your people. We can all work together, and it's going to be fine, because God's going to bring the people that you need into your life and that need you, and, like, vice versa. Okay. That's, like, my motivational talk. And now I'm going to give you a couple, like, concrete things to kind of go forward with. An impact list. So if you don't have pen and paper, you're going to want one, because I'm going to have you write down names. An impact list, the reason I came up with this is because I don't want you to think about income. I don't want you to think about making people join you. I want you to think about people that you can impact, people that you can impact in a certain way. And so I have this 5, 5, and 5 here, because our business provides multiple different, like, ways to impact people. So we can impact people with nutrition, and we can impact people with fitness, with mental health, all the things. And so I want you to make, like, 3 lists of 5. So, like, 1 through 5, 1 through 5, 1 through 5, somewhere on your paper. And I want you to think of people that you can impact in that first group of 5 with a nutrition plan. So if somebody that's like, they just need to eat better, you think that some nutritional tips, not fitness, not any of that, just some nutrition guides might really help them, might really serve them well in whatever way, whether that's like a family member or a friend that you've been like, I just wish that they knew that food doesn't have to be scary. I just wish that they understood the right portions. I just wish that they knew how to fuel their body well. Like I wish that I could, whatever. So think of like 5 people that you can impact that way. And I want you to write all their names down. And then in your second list, I'm going to give you them all and then I'll give you a minute to kind of do it. And then in your second list, I want you to think about Shakeology. So Shakeology is an amazing nutrition dense superfood that literally helps people all over. So some people that I know that like swear by it are people that have migraines. So like Kate had migraines. Ashley had migraines that hospitalized her all the time. And Shakeology literally stopped those migraines. So maybe somebody that you're like, ooh, I know that maybe they have migraines or they have a lot of cramps or their skin, because it helps with their skin. It helps with digestive problems. It helps with a lot of things like that, just like gut health and just like your inside health, that maybe like drinking Shakeology might be something that's in their line that could really impact them, could really help them and serve them well in the future for whatever reasons that you think. And if you don't know much about Shakeology, you can ask. And then 5, the last group is the workouts. So the workouts also come with nutrition, just so you know. But somebody that you're like, I know they're looking for a workout plan, or maybe they try all the time. Maybe they're in and out of the gym and they can't just stick with something. Somebody that like, or goes to the gym all the time and can't get results, or somebody that really, really just doesn't know where to start, or you see that maybe they need to and you want to be like, hey, I love you and I think that this could serve you well. So I want you to think of those 3 different groups of people, and I want you to come up with at least 5 people for each group. So I'm going to give you a minute to come up with some of them. I'm not going to give you time to do all of them, but I'm going to give you like a half a second to come up with some of them because I want you to have them fresh in your mind. And I want you to remember, because this is something that I did that I really regret. I wrote off people before I even asked. I would be like, oh, like I don't want to ask them because I know they would never do it. I don't want to ask them because my job is not to decide for people. Like if they don't want to do it, then okay, that's fine. Like I don't really like, I mean, I'm not going to like force you, but if I know that this could impact your life in a positive way, I just want to ask. And so like, it doesn't have to be like they don't have to say yes. They don't have to take it, and you don't have to like force them into it. So I don't want you to feel weird about it, but I do want you to know like you love these people and they're important. Then like you want to be able to impact their life in a positive manner and let them make the choice for themselves. Like they are probably a grown up and they probably can make the decision themselves. So don't write them off before even asking. So think about people and write down the people that come to your mind, and don't filter them based on your opinion because you never know what they were going to say. The first 5 was nutrition plan. So it's nutrition plan, Shakeology, and then workout programs. So I'm going to give you a second. I'm going to get my dog who's crying. Sit. Sit. Good girl, wait. And then after this call, I want to like see these lists. So whether you text them to me or you put them in that thread that I have kind of all of you new coaches in, or you put them in our team page, one of the 3, but I want to see your list. Oh, so you should have 15 names at least by that. I'm going to keep going, so you might have to come back to this, or you can write and talk. This next thing you probably have seen, this is the new coach checklist. And so this is kind of like a first week as a coach. If it takes you more than 7 days, that's fine. If it takes you less than 7 days, that's also fine. Kind of do what ever feels right for you. Take your business into your control. But I just wanted you to see it. If you haven't seen it, there are videos that go along with every day. If you don't know where to get this, please let me know. But it is in the Facebook page under units. And so it's different places on your phone or on the computer. It's under units, and it's new coach mentorship. And there's like 5 videos that I do, and I like give you some different trainings, and each day there's like an assignment. So go through this, and I will be looking for this from you guys. So you're going to email this to me when you are done, and we're going to set up like a one-on-one call to talk about your goals and getting you answer questions that you guys have and things like that. So do this. We're going to talk about ShareCart and the best way to get people started. So the best way to get people started, is like the golden platter to getting people success, getting them results, and money-wise is what I mean by the best way to get people started. Saving them money, because I am not here to like scam people. I want them to get the best for their bang for their buck, and I want them to see success. And so the best way for that to happen typically is a challenge pack. So all of you, I'm pretty sure, sign up with a challenge pack because it gives you everything that you need. Other than Katie and Rihanna, you did, but initially neither one of you started with a challenge pack. Both of you started with a 3-month. So this is what I always say is start with the challenge pack and then meet people where they are, because we're here to impact people. But start with the challenge pack because the challenge pack is going to give people the most success. It's going to give them Shakeology, which I wholeheartedly believe that Shakeology is a huge part to like my nutritional health. Stop. To my like nutritional health, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Or pre-post workout, which also y'all know how addicted I am to that. So I don't even have to explain that. So 30 days of either one of those things, and those will impact people for different reasons in different ways, as well as a year of the workouts, and it gives you program materials, it gets you access to all of the things. And so the challenge pack is just the cheapest way to get everything for the entire year. You are so annoying. I'm really sorry. She's being obnoxious right now. This is my life in case anyone ever. She's so annoying. So annoying. Okay. But so I would say a challenge pack. Right now, the cheapest way to do it is going to be with your promo codes. So everybody here, I think, has 3 promo codes through the end of the month. And so it's going to take $10 off of that challenge pack. And so it should take it down to $150. And if you do the math, please hold. I know that like $150 might sound like a lot altogether, but it's really only $12.50 a month. And if you think about like any gym membership, you're probably paying more than that. And all you get is a gym with some equipment, right? Like you don't get your trainers, you don't get the Beachbody blog, you don't get any accountability, you don't get a coach, you don't get people that care if you show up. Like there's so many things that you're missing from those things. And I know some people are like, well, I can't spend $150. Then backtrack and then be like, okay, well, we can get you this, and this is how we can serve you, and this is how we can help you, because you want to impact people more than you want to make an income. But start with a challenge pack because it's going to be the most successful. With that, they're going to be the most successful with that. And also, a coach, so signing up as a coach doesn't actually mean you have to coach. You can sign up as what is called a discount coach. 97% of my actual clients are discount coaches. So discount coaches, 1, are going to help you rank advance. 2, it helps them save money on shipping, and they get 25% off anything that they buy. So any products that they buy or anything that they buy in the future. So typically I will ask people before I sign them up, I'll say like, hey, most of my people sign up as a preferred customer, AKA discount coach. This is what it is. Like it just means that you're going to get 25% off on all of your things in the future. If you don't want, like say you try the shakes, you don't really like the shakes, no big deal. You can just call and cancel the shakes in the discount coach thing, and they'll just, and the coaching thing, and they just will cancel it all. Like Beachbody is really good at like, you just say, hey, I want to cancel this, and they're like, oh, okay. Like they don't really argue. And so it's not that big of a deal. And so I always say like, if you want to cancel it later, no big deal. The reason why I typically start them with it is because when you buy a challenge pack, the coaching, that discount coaching or coaching, whether they decide to coach or not coach, is free. But if they say they buy a challenge pack from you today and like 3 months later are like, hey, I really want that discount coaching thing that you said you talked about months ago, they now have to pay $40 for it. So like I just try to get it in right away with a challenge pack. It's just free. So I just always try to get them started. It saves them money all around. Best way to get started. Share a cart. I'm going to share this with you so that you can see it. Hold on. We're going to pray that my computer works. Share a cart is how you're going to build any cart for anybody ever, pretty much. There are trainings in the team page, so you can look it up, but I just want to show you it super, super quick. Maybe if this wants to work. So it's shareacart.teambeachbody.com, and you're going to log in. So maybe. You're going to log in with your Beachbody information. So mine's already here, which makes my life so much easier. And then the first thing it's going to ask you, is it like a new enrollment? Like a new order. So for anything that you're selling new, you're going to say it's a new order. Or view status. View status is really great. So for every share cart that you've ever sent, you can see them all. I'll show you that in a second. We're going to do a new order. And I'm going to pretend I'm selling something to my brother. I just know his email off the top of my head. And so I'm going to type his name in and all his stuff is going to come up because, oh, it's not? What the heck? It should. Wait, that's because this is not it. This is not it. Daniel, Keitlinger. So you'll ask for all this information. I always typically do a coach because that's that discount coach. And then when you hit this is going to be where you're going to get all of the information so you can see everything. This is where you can put anything in this cart. And so typically I do a challenge pack. Challenge packs are sold by program. Beachbody On Demand. This is, it just isn't program specific. So right now, just so you guys are aware, Morning Meltdown is VIP access. So for anyone who doesn't, like, so say you had BOD before, you have to buy Morning Meltdown. So right now, if I was signing anybody up, I would always sign them with a Morning Meltdown challenge pack because it's not really a price difference and they get Morning Meltdown even if they don't want to start with it, but then they could do it later. Maybe they start with 21 Day Fix, they can get it later. Don't ever do like a 21 Day Fix challenge pack or the older programs. So I would only do like Morning Meltdown, Transform 20, or 80 Day. Those are probably the only like actual program specific ones I would do. Otherwise I would do just Beachbody On Demand because Transform 20 has a step. Maybe they want the step. 80 Day has bands and sliders. Morning Meltdown is the VIP access. Otherwise I would just do this. So, but you can just see it. So you can see, like, you can go through and you can be like, oh, how much is this? How much is that? This is like the deluxe one. And so when you click it, it's going to walk you through it. And you can just add it to their cart. It's going to ask you, like, what kind of beach bars you want? What kind of Shakeology do you want? And you can see all of it. Add it to their cart. Ask me all those questions. Add it to their cart. I'm going to click a bunch of things. Typically, just so you know, if it's going to automatically enroll these people in month-to-month subscriptions, but that saves them in their shipping. So just tell them they can cancel it. I don't know why this is this. But then you would just send it to them, and then it sends an email, and then you hit copy link. And when you hit copy link, you can just also, I always say, like, this link's going to work too. Because sometimes the emails are a little sketchy, and you don't really want to, like, bank on that. And then I want to show you that you can see it. Share card. I'm almost done, I promise. And so I can see like all these people I sent share carts to and they've never opened them. All these people I've sent them, they've opened them, and they have not bought them. So a lot of times what I do is when I like follow up with people, I will literally go through these emails and I will send all these humans an email. And I will be like, hey, like we have a new program, whatever, and talk to them. And then here I can see who bought them and what they bought and whatnot. But it's super helpful just because they're all here forever. Do you have any questions about Share a Cart? No? Okay. I think that we're almost done. I think this is the last thing. So Emerald Roadmap, I just want to show you what an Emerald is. Emerald is going to be your first goal rank-wise. This is the first goal. And so literally all it is 2 discount coaches. So 2 friends, literally on each leg. So you'll have what we call our legs, and I will help you figure that out. You have a weak leg and a strong leg. You don't really need to understand all of those things. But know that it's 2 discount coaches underneath you. So like Lacey's roadmap right now, she has 1 of these. So like, we're going to delete this, maybe. Oh no, it's a picture. She has like 1 person here, but not a person here. So when she gets 1 more person, she's going to be able to hit her first rank. And you want to hit your first rank because then you start making more money and you start getting what we call leads. Beachbody starts handing you people and you can make money off of those people / build relationships, get them plugged into things. And then you start team cycling, which is where a lot of your money is going to come from. And you don't really need to understand all that because it's just really complicated. It's not really complicated, but like it's one of those things where like you learn as you go. And so, but this is going to be your first like step. And I don't know if Kate's going to talk about this, but you'll probably hear people talk about like a CBC. And so that's a control business center. So that's somebody that will let you control their account. So for example, my CBC is Nathaniel. Nathaniel's my brother. And so he doesn't really work the business. He knows that we work the business. He knows about it. He knows a lot about the business. He knows what Beachbody is. He's totally like, we talk about it all the time. He will hand me coaches. So sometimes he does things, but he's like not an active coach. Like he doesn't really do a lot of things, but we talk about it. Like he knows that like Katie is his coach, but like he don't really like talk to her so much about it, but like he knows and he's aware. So your CBC a lot of times is a spouse. If you have a spouse, I don't have one of those, or a parent is also a good one. Your spouse, your parents, and your child is what they like say is who you're allowed to have like your card on. So say if you wanted to buy a challenge pack or you wanted to sign your, like Lacey, if you wanted to sign your fiance up, it would have to be under his card because you're not married yet. But when you're married, you could use your own card because you guys are married, type of deal. So like Nathaniel buys things and I just Venmo him, pretty much is how that works. But that, we can talk about that later. But I just want you to see what this looks like. Emerald is super easy. You can honestly hit Emerald within like days. I hit Emerald. Hi. Sorry. I hit Emerald in a week. And so you guys can totally do it. I should like just show up and do the things. Really, it's like a friend. So like your CBC and a friend and you'll hit Emerald. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I've done a whole lot of talking. I know this is a whole lot of information. How do I stop sharing? Where is stop? Oh, there it is. Do you guys have any questions about anything? Whether it was the training, whether it's just like hey, I had a conversation with this human and I don't know how to follow up with this. Is it something that information that I gave you today? Anything? Any questions at all?
I have a question. So my sister-in-law is wanting to buy the Morning Meltdown, but she already has a Team Beachbody, which I figured out how to send it to her, but she hasn't done it yet. But she is underneath me. She added me as her person, though. That doesn't make a leg because she hasn't bought a challenge pack, right?
Is it Megan?
No, Megan, and then Nicole is now underneath me. She's a customer, though, not a coach.
So that's the difference. She just would need to be a discount coach, okay. And then she would be under you. Like she would show up as she could be your Emerald. So if she did like a completion pack.
Yeah.
And
because she doesn't have Morning Meltdown, so in order to get Morning Meltdown, she has to buy the challenge pack.
She could do a completion pack because she already has BOD.
Okay.
So she don't have to do like, so a completion pack is just like morning meltdown and
The
super
coach.
food or whatever. That's
Okay.
what I would suggest doing, because a completion pack is about the price of like what Shakeology is on its own. So I'm like, it's a great deal. If she was
Okay.
like super against it, you could also sign her up just with an accessory bundle. But I would suggest a completion pack, and then she could do a discount coach, and then you would hit Emerald.
Okay.
So it's under there. So when you go to Morning Meltdown in the share cart, you can scroll all the way over, and it's going to say completion pack. If you go into share cart, and then instead of going into challenge packs, go into programs.
Okay. I went into the challenge pack.
Yeah.
That's why.
Hit Morning Meltdown, go all the way over, and you're going to see completion packs. Hi, friend.
That's Kaden.
Hey, Kaden.
Say hi.
Hi.
Do you help your mommy work out?
You help me work out.
Uh-huh.
I have you in my ear because otherwise it'd be a lot of noise.
What is
You're doing
that?
great. Wait.
That's Teresa. That's my. He's like, all right, the dog's over there. He's done.
So funny. Are there any other questions? Did that answer your question, Lucy?
Yeah. I just got to get her to, because she was not wanting the Shakeology and stuff, but I didn't know if she just went with just the on, because I want her to get like the journal and all that stuff too. Like that comes with the
accessory bundle. It's like $70.
And then I can sign her up as a coach in the process, discount coach, because
You can.
I don't know if she wants to. I don't know.
Yeah, she probably won't. want
She just she didn't like the Shakeology and she didn't like the lemon energize, but she said she might try the fruit punch one, but she doesn't know about Recover.
What does she not?
So,
If she don't like it, she can return it.
that's what I told her. Okay.
I mean, that's what I would say. I mean, if she
That's
don't like
what-
it, she can return it. Like, there's 2 flavors of Recover. I absolutely love Recover. I think Recover tastes like chocolate milk. / I eat fruit dip. It's my favorite.
Yeah,
I
that's the way I like it.
chocolate, but people say the orange tastes like a creamsicle.
Yeah.
Around it. But she could do the fruit punch, and she could do that. If she's open to it. It's gonna be, if she's like thinking about getting it eventually, this is gonna be the cheapest way for her to do it.
I know, and I have the discount code I can give her, so
Yep.
she'll get $30.
Yep, if she does the completion pack, you can give her that 10%.
Yeah.
Katie, Rihanna, do you guys have any questions about anything? No? Okay. Hi. He's killing it. I feel like I've given you guys so much information. All right. I want to do a boomerang because I just think that boomerangs are cute. And then we can go. Thanks for, coming on. Sorry, I just like word vomited on you, but there's just a lot of information. All right. So I'm going to do a boomerang, so you guys all have to move and do something cute. Hold on. Wait. Okay. Are you guys ready? Ready? Rihanna, are you ready? You're also doing it, are you? No. All right. Do something cute. Move. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Guys, I'm pretty sure we all did peace signs. You guys are my tribe. Okay. If you have any questions, you know where to get a hold of me. I want to see your 5, 5, and 5 list. So make your list. I want to see them. And that is going to be whenever you get to like the stage of where you're going to invite on the checklist of things. Those are the people I want you to talk to first, because those are the people that you feel passionate about. Those are the people that you can impact greatly. And those are the people that like love you also. So sound good? Okay, awesome. I want to see those by the end of tonight, if possible. If not, tomorrow morning. Okay? All right. I love you all. Bye.
Bye.